for the first time in a while that you need to ask God questions.
Are you for real?
Why do I have to ask God questions? All I know is that one thing I always know and I always say is, let His will be done, because He knows it all. He does it all.
Another one.
That's all there is. I don't ask God questions. No, never. I don't come like.
So, but you said I've reminded.
So you just reminding me that probably I should ask God.
Yeah, what would you ask Him at this very moment? I mean, like, yeah, everybody's watching. Pretend you're not God.
I will not ask Him anything. I only ask His will to be done.
Thank you.
Simple, because that's just what it is. And whatever I asked from within that I want, I hope that is the same thing that He wants for me. Because He knows my needs, even when I do not know them. He's answered my prayers even when I have not prayed. So every day, every minute, every time, let His will be done. Because His plans for me are not of evil, but they are of good, that will lead me to an expected end. You see me?
No, like the reason why because there's so many things that I do, and I realize that who I've become as a man, or the brand or whatever it is, I find out those certain elements within people, because at the end of it all, I'm like, your perfect will be made whole in my life.
Simple.
And I say that on a constant basis.
Exactly. Instead of asking. That's what I'm trying to say.
But of course, yes.
Probably that's the way I ask.
Oh, that's
probably that's my own way of asking God to do what He has to do for me. Yeah.
Now let's chop it down more. We're swimming deeper.
Yeah.
Where have you gotten at the point where, like, anxiety steps in, depression sets in? And have you ever, as Stonebwoy, gotten to a point where you feel like, yo, man, Charlie, I won't give it up. I won't die. Or you laugh. That means it's that. Have you ever, like, you soldier, like a true soldier.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten to that particular point, that stage where you're like, man, to hell with all of this?
Yeah, man. It does okay. It does okay. It does okay. Trust me. It does okay when at point in time you just want to be like. You just ask questions. You just
have you got into that point?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That it does occur. It does occur to me. So from time to time. Yeah. That's what I said. No. I mean to me, because you're asking me a question. It does really occur from time to time. Sometimes you're all by yourself. You just want to be like, I ask, why all of these? Because at the end of the day, you realize that sometimes you feel like everything is not worth anything. Sometimes you just be like, everything is not worth anything at the end of the day. So at that point in time, or those when I come up, I'd be like, I want to vanish. Yeah, I just want to vanish. And probably that could mean that I just want to not exist anymore. That could mean that also. But then anytime I get to that point, you know what I see in my mind? I see a vast land. I see I see me in a far land. I'm just there by myself. That's what I see in my mind. Anytime I get to that point where I feel like, sorry to say, to hell with everything, what comes to mind, like I see it so clearly, is me and just go far away. Calm, just you. When you wake up in the morning, you only see a vast plain land of green.
But that is good stuff.
Yeah, but that could where you see nobody. Yeah. So certain times I don't want to see nobody. I just hide I just stay indoors. Most often I just lock myself in the studio, not like with bad energy, but so to feel that, so to just get into that space. And sometimes it takes time for me to come back to come back to reality. Okay, yeah, we're ready for now. All right, who's calling, who's saying what? All right, let's face it.
So now let's dive deeper. When you get into that closet where the tears won't stop flowing, the tears keep coming. What do you say to yourself when you get into that moment where the tears dropping? Because you cried.
One of the times I cried, the last time I remember crying, proper crying, where, you know, I mean, when I say cry, one moment that comes to my mind was when I lost my mother, was when I cried. Well, that is when I remember. You know, when you say cry, there are so many instances that I have cried, but I remember losing my mother, like, bang.
So Stone, at that point, did you hit rock bottom where depression, anxiety, you know, sets in?
If I felt depressed, then I think my mother wouldn't be proud of me. It would be a different...
Hold on. Rewind that. If you felt depressed, your mother was never going to be proud of you. How would you know?
Yeah, I know. She never grew me to be depressed or over no situation, but rather pick the energies, you know, channel the energy from whatever situation there is to get better.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what is your secret weapon of survival? That weapon that a lot of people don't know, that has kept you grinding, that has kept you focused, that has kept you disciplined, that has kept you going, that has kept you winning above it all. Or it's a secret, you don't want to give it up. Is it your relationship with God? Is it faith?
Yeah.
Is it your
I was thinking about it when you're asking. Now you're answering for me. I can relate. It's a faith, it's God, it's your purpose in life, it's believing in yourself, and
that's a lot of weapons.
Yeah, too many weapons. That is not these weapons are no more secrets. They are. We have them at our fingertips to use, but probably because I don't know.
Or would it be?
I can't tell.
You can't tell.
But these are the secrets. Believing in God, knowing yourself, a conscious effort of knowing yourself and finding your purpose.
If you have to pick one,
I was even going to mention more. So
believing in God, faith, finding yourself, self-consciousness,
everything positive that keeps us alive. That's it. Aside having to eat to stay alive, you know, eat something, drink water. Aside that, those are for the physical body. You know what I mean? Food, water, clothes, shelter. That's it. Done. But then now for the inner self, what then does it eat?
How do you overcome fear? One, has fear always gotten you to sit upright and say, you know, man, I got to muzzle up? And what's your understanding of fear? And how do you conquer it? I'm asking so many things, but in a nutshell, fear and Stonebwoy on the balance beam.
I do not allow fear to conquer me, but I do allow fear to encourage me, because it is something you can use. Because you know there's a fear of this. Okay, there's a fear of losing all you've built if you become complacent right now and begin to lay back and don't work as hard as you should work. Then there's a fear of losing. So coming to a realization of that fear is when you stand up and you know that I have to keep kicking. So then without the fear in there, how would you have realized that you could lose? So I use the fear to my advantage.
Wow.
I do not allow fear to, you know, use me to its advantage.
I do not allow fear to use me to its advantage. I rather use fear for my advantage.
Yeah.
Deep. Did you just make that up?
No, I just said it.
Or did it just come out from your spirit?
Yeah.
It's because there's something that you've been doing.
I just said it. I never really read anything that
But that's
maybe I'm just playing
powerful.
with words, you know.
But it's powerful, man.
Yeah. So it's good. Fear is actually a factor.
Yeah.
Or an element that you can use. It guides you. Because if you do not have fear for God, how would you respect Him?
Wow.
Knowing that He is all powerful is just an example. So fear is there. We have to know how to use it. It's either we overcome by it or we use that to overcome the circumstances.
Folks, y'all know my little brother nodding his head is like, yeah, that man has just nailed it right there. Pound! You know what? Just give me your hand.
Respect.
I bless you.
Yeah, man.
I bless your hustle.
Yes,
I bless your feet.
Jeez.
Everywhere you touch, you possess the good of the land.